G'day, it's Mark and welcome back to the channel. And today I thought I'd visit the local wrecking yard and just check out what's there. You'll find some nice little gems. As you know, I've bought a few cars from the wrecking yard, and so has my friend David. Check out those videos on the 3 AUs he bought in one day. But speaking of AUs, what I've found is the number of AUs in the wrecking yard is significantly declining. And it's interesting, you know, if you're into AUs, it's probably worth making sure you're going to the wrecking yard and buying those bits and pieces that you think you're going to need, either now or down the track, because the number of AUs is definitely, I think it's probably about at least 50% lower than it used to be in the wrecking yard. But let's just have a bit of a look. First, just looking around, you can see there's an EB here, uses a courier. It's been stripped pretty clean, I think. Front headlights. They do make aftermarket headlights and indicators, but they're the indicators aren't the right colour. They're too sort of yellowy. I've got a few taillights off these cars before. The rear garnish panels tend to be, on the high series cars, tend to be ruined. So yeah, there's still a few EAEBs left, not a lot. I think I took the boot lid off that car for my my EB gear. Check that episode out because my boot lid had a spoiler on it. I don't like rear spoilers particularly, unless it was standard on the car. You can see there's an XE Ute here, very, very rusty. Check that out. I mean, that's a bit of a rust bucket. And look at the roof. I mean, they were never great cars corrosion-wise anyway, but maybe some good dash parts in there and some door trim parts, armrests, the winders. The door trim's actually pretty nice, obviously for a Ute. And the dash is pretty good too. And I guess the knobs. So there's some good parts in there for somebody. There's a Fairlane, that was a V8 gear. It's been pretty well stripped, including the interior. And there's another Fairlane here, same story. Has still some interior parts left, but most of it's been stripped. Same with this one here. Yeah, look at that. Well and truly stripped. Rear taillights and panels have been taken. Garnish panels. Again, these things become hard to get. So, you know, if you've got these sorts of cars, if they're in nice condition, worth finding. Nice 3-spoke wheel there, forward wheel. Here's an XF. Look at the bonnet. It's rusted to oblivion. A few parts in there, some window cranks. Some seats, not in very good condition, but again, yeah, it's been well stripped out, this wagon. And the rust, look at the rust. That is seriously severe. Just like what I was saying with AUs, you know, they were everywhere at one stage. XFs were everywhere at one stage, but now you don't see them on the road that often. So the cars start going through that thing where they're used cars. Even though there's thousands on the road, the attrition rate starts hitting. They start going to the wrecking yards. They're there in pretty good numbers for parts and things, but then again, once the demand maybe starts drying up because people aren't using them as dailies anymore, the wrecking yard starts scrapping them and crushing them. Another EB or ED Falcon. Again, a lot of it's been stripped. Tail lights, boot lid. Probably still some decent doors on it. Some XF Utes or XG Utes there. There's quite a few of those. Quite a few. Some good parts, like you can see the front guards, bonnet, doors. They're quite good. So again, good source of parts. Others not so good. It's like an EB wagon. This was a gear. Would have been a nice car once upon a time. It's got a gear badge on it. Yeah, it's a gear. The door trims. That seat's not too bad. The seats aren't too bad in the car. Rear garnish is gone. It's got one good tail light, so if you need an EB, ED tail light, you might want to consider that. I'm at Harvey's Wreckers at Langwarrin. EB or ED. Let's look at the back of this one. It's just a base model Falcon, I think. Cracked tail light, so not much good there. some interior trim parts, but probably not a lot. Then you start getting to the EL, EFEL, looks like a gear. Top of the motor's been removed. Some more Utes. EL. There's a few ELs around still, including some good interior parts. This is a Falcon Classic. Yeah, you can actually get some pretty decent interior parts off these still. They don't seem to rust that much, these cars, so their survival rate for panels is pretty good. It's an EF. Fairlane. See if it's got any good parts inside. It's been pretty well stripped out. More Falcons, ELs and EFs, wagons. Looks like an EL Fairmont gear. Another Fairmont or gear. Another Fairmont or gear. Fairmont. Never liked this colour much. I don't know if that's a special edition or a classic. Here's an AU Fairlane. We're getting to the AUs now. That's a Fairlane gear. It's got the VCT engine in it. Cracked wood grain. Console's cracked. That seat's no good, but this seat's not too bad, although it's got a bit of a rip in it. It's got gear floor mats. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Never seen those before. Panel's been removed off the back. Tail lights are gone. EL, EF, another AU. This is what I mean by the AU. See, there's probably what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Might be 20 AUs here now, whereas there used to be a lot more cars. AUs were everywhere, right up to the front. But the numbers are definitely declining. So again, if you need parts, it looks like headlights and tail lights and things have been taken. It's worth grabbing a few parts while you can. This is a Fairmont. So it's got a Fairlane bonnet on it. It was a Fairmont. Or AUs. AU cab chassis. Nice sparkling burgundy AU wagon. So some of these headlights are pretty good. Worth taking. VCT engine. Wonder whether this is a gear. Probably was. I think this is a gear. I-Series car. You can see pretty well stripped. Still a few Ford Capris here, 3 or 4 of those. I did a few videos on those before. Check those out on the channel. Nice tailgate for a AU in quite good condition. Sparkling burgundies off a Forte. Falcon SR special edition. Here's a Fairlane Sportsman. VCT engine. It's probably been stripped, I'd say. It's got a tail light there. So wants a Fairlane tail light. It's got a nice door trim. It's a shame just leaving it outside there. And you start moving out of the AUs, that's a nice colour, that one. And you're starting to get into the BAs, late series BAs with the drop down headlights. Yeah, then into BAs now. Well, it's an AU there, but late series BA, like a Mark III wagon, BAs and BFs. And they're kind of replacing the AUs now as the cars that are starting to build up in the wrecking yards. Again, you know, these cars will go through their transition as well, but so you used to see 5 or 6 BA BFs, and you used to see probably 30, 40 AUs. Now you're seeing 20 AUs, you're seeing probably 30 odd BA BFs. So it's just changing. And you're getting all these territories, which personally I have no interest in. I think they've got a sad future, apart from spare parts to keep the existing ones on the road, but collectibles wise, no one's going to collect those, apart from maybe the turbo, but even that's marginal. Again, BAs and BFs. More territories. Nice colour. And then you've got a couple of FGs. You've got these FGs. There's only 2 of them here. Very few on the ground. Obviously Falcon sales are starting to decline quite a bit by this time as well, so there's less available cars to start with. But they're still in that process where they're probably still worth a bit, still being used, and therefore the numbers in the wrecking yard are just from accident damaged cars or stolen cars, whatever. So there's not that many, but they've only got 2 here. And then there's this quite nice XR6. Really cool. Good front bumper bar, I think. Yeah. Some driving lights. Good doors. Nice colour too. Seats have been taken out. There's a mirror. Back seat's still there. Headlining's there. Glove box has been removed. As I said, the doors are good. Yeah. Rear bumper bar. Yeah, rear bumper bar is very nice. Bootlet's got a dent in it, but fixable. So there you go. Anyway, that was the state of play. Later February 2025 at Harvey's Wreckers in terms of what's available and what's around. I think it'll be interesting when this video is sort of old, you look back and think, oh wow, look at all these great old cars that were in the wrecking yard back then. All these Australian cars, which, you know, the numbers are diminishing all the time. So it's important that the ones that are remaining are kept on the road and preserved. But at the end of the day, these cars are also providing a lot of spare parts. But it would be a shame if they're scrapped and, you know, melted down without contributing some parts for some future vehicles, you know, in terms of collector cars. So anyway, hope you enjoyed that little visit, and thanks very much for watching. Please give the episode a like and hit that subscribe button as well, so you don't miss out on any future episodes. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.